Okay, you guys, welcome to Coffee and Cosmos in its new kind of form. I'm still figuring this out, and honestly, I would love feedback on when to do it. I'm thinking about changing it to Mondays and maybe making it twice a month. I haven't exactly decided, but would love to know. But the format is still going to be the same to give you this outlook that is helpful so you can navigate like the next couple weeks with an eye to what is happening. All right, so let's get started. It is September 3rd. Oh my God, I can't believe it's September, and we are in a transition. Summer is basically over, and it was our time to figure out what we were good at. And now it's time to get to work. So, where are we? Well, right now, Venus is still moving through that area of the sky where Mercury was basically all summer, giving us validation about what it is that we're good at, validating what we learned about ourselves and what we have to offer. Couple other things. The Jupiter portal is open. It's been open for a couple weeks already. So, this growth through tapping into our intuition is where we'll get to expand for 9 months. So keep practicing that for a little while, for a number of months before the retrograde happens, like 2.5 months from now. What else is going on? Goodness. Oh, Saturn just went into Pisces a couple days ago, and Saturn is about discernment. Pisces is about sensing the feelings of the people around you. And so for 5.5 months, we get to discern who we want around us, what energy we want to feel around us, especially now that we know what we want to do, what we enjoy. We're going to want people that actually enjoy that for us, with us, who encourage us. So that's kind of where we're at. Okay. On the 5th, Uranus stations retrograde. So Uranus is about restructuring. And in Gemini, it's about restructuring the way we process, the way we think, what we notice, what we put our minds focused on. And with it going retrograde, it's time to integrate. So if you have been thinking a different way since early July when Uranus moved into Gemini, then it's time to make that part of you. Think about how you can do that. We'll come back to that in a bit, but it's time to integrate. On September 7th, so a few days from now, Venus will leave the Mercury portal, and you'll have gotten all the feedback you need. Hopefully, you've been using it to tap into how to make your fun even better and something you can really use for all kinds of audiences or people, for more people to appreciate what you bring to the table. And it will keep going through Leo. On the 10th, Mars in Libra. So putting your heart into one-to-one relationships, basically not feeling neutral about relationships, is going to be opposite the start of the Chiron portal. So Chiron is in Aries, this small bit of Aries all year of bringing something important to people's attention and not having things turn out the way you expect. So it's like you're so sure that when you let people know about something, they're going to be so like inspired by that or they're going to care about that, but it's crickets. Or you bring something you think is not that important to people's attention, and that's the thing they respond to. If you are a business owner and you're having trouble with messaging, this could be part of what's going on. And for a way to explore different ways of seeing how to reach people through your messaging by what you're bringing to their attention. So, Mars opposite Chiron is about things coming to your attention that relate to a relationship somehow, that are surprising, either positive or negative, but hopefully inspires you to be curious about what is this thing. And if it's a relationship where it's important you hang in, you're kind of in that relationship for good, how do we deal with this together? How do we pull ourselves together, put our hearts in this together to get through this? On the 13th, Mercury crosses over the sun at 21 degrees of Virgo. And what happens at that point? It's first, the 13th could be a very busy day to like do something, to make something just right. You get an idea and you get to do it. Oh, that would be so perfect. If I do this, it will make something so perfect. And afterwards, you start to have more ideas than you can follow up on. And that will be the case for about 2 months while Mercury is ahead of the sun. So it's a time to cultivate a little grace for yourself where you just know you won't be able to follow through on everything you think of. On the 15th, Mercury is opposite the start of the Saturn portal at 25 degrees of Virgo, of thinking of ways to make something just perfect so that you can discern who can get on the same page, so that the people who are discerning can get on the same page with you. Then on the 16th, Mars is exactly opposite Chiron. That may be a day where relationships might be, news might come related to a relationship that is particularly challenging or exciting. You just have to see. It'll probably be, you can't expect it. That's the thing with Chiron. So you just get to wait and see. And then on the 17th, a lot is happening there. Mars will finish moving across from the Chiron portal. So that was about a week. And at that point, Mercury, remember, was moving opposite the Saturn portal, but it is exactly opposite Saturn that day. It's like you might have this brilliant idea for something that could get everyone together to help people understand what your perspective. And at the same time, Mercury is also opposite the start of the Neptune portal because Neptune and Saturn are moving through the same area of the sky. And on that same day, the Sun is opposite the start of the Saturn portal. So remember that follow through on your ideas is going to be uh, a little bit of a lag from the ideas. So you're going to get the ideas and then you're going to follow through once Mercury crosses over the sun. Okay, well, let's go back and look at that one more time to see how everything moves. And one thing you can watch is how Mercury here in green catches up to the sun and passes it up around 21 degrees. Okay, here we go. All right. So for the next 2 weeks, remember, you're still getting some validation right now. Take that validation you're getting about what you're good at and get feedback from people. Because if they appreciate you, then they'll probably have some ideas on what you could be doing better so that more people can get on board with what you have to offer in this new paradigm. Don't forget, on the 13th, when Mercury crosses over the sun, you're going to have more ideas than you'll be able to follow up on. So just let let those wash through you. Write them down if you can, and let this new way of thinking that you've been working with since early July, let that fuel your creativity. Let that help you be more optimistic, more open to ways of approaching things than you used to be. How can you use that? And you may find that um, I say here, others resist that. I'm going to say that maybe your new way of thinking or something comes up that sparks something in a one-to-one relationship. And you're trying to figure out how you work through this because you want it, you want this relationship to work, but maybe someone is triggered by it, or maybe they're really excited about it. But let that curiosity enable you to maybe help them think a little differently as well, but see how you can use this energy to create a stronger bond through this Mars and Chiron energy. So, to recap, Venus is moving through the Mercury portal until September 7th. So, keep getting that feedback while you can. Then on the 5th, Uranus, oh my goodness, this should be over here, is stationing retrograde at 1.5 degrees of Gemini. So it's time to start integrating that new restructured way of thinking and make that part of you. Maybe you can use a mantra to do that and remind yourself of your new way of thinking. From September 10th to the 17th, about a week, Mars here is opposite this Chiron portal and it's exact on the 16th. So, how is caring, putting your heart into a relationship, bringing up something that is a little unexpected? Or how does something unexpected help you realize that you care about this relationship? That it's something that you're not neutral about. On the 13th, Mercury crosses over the sun and speeds ahead. And this means that your ideas for how to make things better, beautiful, elegant are going to come faster than you are able to follow through on them. And so give yourself a bit of grace with that. From the 15th to the 19th, Mercury here is opposite that Saturn portal. It's exact on the 17th at 29 degrees of Virgo. So you may be generating ideas during this time of what you can do to get people on the same page with you. And remember, it's not for everyone, but you're trying to discern who is that right crowd who needs to know this and wants to know this. From the 17th to the 19th, Mercury again is opposite the Neptune portal, which is this tiny part over here, because there is an overlap between Neptune and Saturn in where they're traveling this year. And so there's some effortless connection with someone. Like, oh, this makes it so easy. My brain has been working hard, but here's how it can be really easy to make that connection with one person. This will actually be after we meet again or after at my next presentation. And then from the 17th to the 23rd, the sun is opposite the Saturn portal where you get to actually follow through on those ideas. And so just recognize it's going to take a little beat before you get the idea and you can actually go do it. So, tips for thriving. When you get validation of what you have to offer, also ask for feedback. And then use that feedback to perfect, hone, make it really beautiful, whatever it is that you're working on that you enjoy, so that others can be on the same page with you. And eventually you'll get to try it out. Then write a mantra that kind of encapsulates your new way of thinking so you can reinforce it for the next couple months while Uranus is moving backward through Gemini. And eventually you'll take that and do something with it. But for right now, just try to make it part of you. Make it natural. Now, this what we've gone through today is for everyone. And this is the cool thing about astrology is it helps you see where things are going, but it also helps you understand how you are equipped to navigate this journey. And if you are someone who needs help navigating your journey because you're going through a ton of transitions, this is what I love to do is bring all these things together. And so if that's you, just find me on Instagram and DM me Compass and let's chat because there is a way to pull all of this together so you can be more comfortable on your journey, sleep better at night, know that you are making choices that are aligned for you and understanding the time frame in which things start to unfold. So it's not such a hassle and not everything has to happen in one day. All right. Have a great couple weeks, you guys. Again, Coffee and Cosmos is changing, and I'd love your feedback on what you would love to see. And I'm totally open because I'm trying to make this better so we can all get on the same page. Have a good one.